On February 3rd, we saw the latest read in the U.S. employment situation, and the numbers were pretty staggering. Now, the headline change in NFP came in at plus 517,000 jobs, far exceeding estimates of 190,000 jobs. But even more eye-popping was the 3.4% unemployment rate, which is the lowest since the late 60s. Now, there are some analysts arguing that the tightness in the labor force is due, at least in part, to the estimated 3 million people who have left the U.S. workforce ahead of trend over the last 3 years. Now, for reference on this, the labor force participation rate sits at a current level of 62.40%, significantly below the pre-pandemic level of 63.30%. Now, as expected, two-year Treasury yields shot higher with the anticipation that the Federal Reserve may have to extend its tightening cycle further in order to combat the added inflationary pressures that a tight labor market implies. What was perhaps more interesting was the underperformance of the 10-year yields, which moved from 3.4% up to 3.64%, and the difference between the 2-year versus 10-year yield curve widened to a post-data low of negative 83 basis points. Perhaps the increased inversion is suggesting that the Fed's need for added aggressiveness in the near term may lead to greater likelihood of slowing the economy in the medium term and may increase the chance of recession. If a trader believes that the underperformance of the 10-year yields may suggest a coming move lower in those yields, they could express that by selling the February micro 10-year Treasury yield futures contract at 3.64 and target a move to the psychological level of 3.25. A stop for this trade could be placed above at 3.85. This trade could make $390 if the target is reached and risks $210 if you're stopped out of your level. Now, if a trader believes that 10-year yields could move higher from here, they could express that by buying the February micro 10-year Treasury yield futures contract at 3.64 and targeting a move to the November highs of 4.25. A stop for this trade could be placed below at 3.34. This trade could make $610 if the target is reached and risks $300 if you're stopped out at your level.